there was only glistening, the leg glistening, and the woman on the ground. They were an axis that fixed me like poles of a force that bound, prevented me from jumping up and rotating towards I did not know what. Some more terrible agony. Mai pushed her tongue into shiny patches where blood was mixed with earth. Mai groaned. "Netsai! Netsai!" She clawed at the ground, slithering forward like a snake. The axis, with my one moving apex, evolved into a shifting triangle as a man came towards her. It was the man Netsai should not have followed, whose combat suit rippled green like a Chinese jungle. He was the comrade, the gorilla, the big brother, the mukoma, who had come later after we had all gathered for the murari, and the meeting had started, and the villagers were becoming intoxicated, innocently, as they said, for they were compelled to watch, with the presence of blood. I didn't want to look at him either, so I still didn't have anywhere to look. Behind came the girl. She was the one everyone noticed, with a shaking of envious disapproval, because she moved like a purr, as though she was just fed, that one, just washed, and her skin shining with oil. She had come first to the meeting, after we were all seated, but before the beating which was the purpose of the morari. The man who rippled green and the girl of ripe flesh stood in Mai's path, and remained so when she gripped their calves with her hands in order to pull herself past them. The man and the girl stopped Mai from touching her daughter. So Mai sprang up, as though to reach the swaying leg, and they pulled her, this time more roughly. Holding Mai, the man looked from Netsai on the ground in the grass and bushes beyond my vision, to the girl next to him with tortured helplessness. So Mai didn't touch Netsai, did not feel her daughter, which they said later was good, as it could have changed Netsai's position in such a way as to accelerate the bleeding. The man had a rifle slung over his back, melting into the jungle of the cloth, the weapon a shrug away, doing nothing for him now, unable to intimidate his grief. I was afraid at any moment he would change his mind, fire with anger at his helplessness. They said later, you never heard it properly, as though love was not a respectable topic to talk of, but mere lust enclosed in other clothing. They said, and I heard it here and there much later, from Nyari and Mai Sagonda and other people in the village, and certainly when Mai spoke of it, love was never mentioned. They said, he said, when he drank too much after the war, he was in love with both of them. Netsai was his first war love, picked as she brought Sadza to his freedom fighters' hideaway. Soon she decided she had to leave and cross over the mountains to Mozambique because her activities had been discovered by the security forces. But everyone knew, even if there was this war outside that called her, there was another inside, which was the way she made the air about her shimmer and sparkle with joy when she spoke of this big brother. That was when the big brother took this young girl, Dudziro, and loved both of them, a comrade indeterminate and undecided. Now he and Dudziro prevented Mai from reaching her daughter. The mukoma did not tell us what to do, as we expected, and so we stood around waiting. No one could ask Baba Mukuru, as Baba Mukuru wasn't talking. Baba Mukuru couldn't say anything, for he was barely alive, and it was hard to look at the man in green and his helplessness, as we all knew Baba Mukuru would have been dead if the man contained in cloth the color of a Chinese jungle hadn't saved him. In fact, Baba Mukuru's disciplining with a sjambox of war was why our feet had shuffled over the grey earth that night, with only a sickle moon to taunt with the absence of light. I amongst the nervous girls that the comrades had insisted witnessed the pulverizing of a person, the mincing